Hi, welcome back to Poem Praise 2. And I did let you know who the next extraordinary African American is. Paul. Now, I might have said Robeson, but there's no R. I'm going to spell it for you. It's Robeson. So I believe it's pronounced Robeson because there's a robe and son. So Robeson. Now, he is an actor, a singer, and a political activist during the time period of 1898 to 1976. And this is the information I have on Mr. Robeson. An artist must elect to fight for freedom or for slavery. I have made my choice. Paul Robeson. Now, the son of an escaped slave, Paul Robeson was born in Princeton, New Jersey in 1898. When he was 17, he won a scholarship to Rutgers University. There he won 12 letters in baseball, basketball, and track, and was twice named first black All-American in football. While still a junior, Robeson was elected to Phi Beta Kappa, the National College Honor Society for outstanding students. He graduated in 1919 and was class valedictorian. Now, after graduation, Robeson played professional football on weekends to support himself while he attended Columbia University Law School. He graduated in 1923, receiving his law degree in only 2 years. Yes, just 2 years. Now, by this time, he had become interested in acting. When famous playwright Eugene O'Neill saw Robeson act, he asked him to play the lead in his play, All God's Children Got Wings. Robeson's performance was well received. In 1924, he joined the cast of O'Neill's masterpiece, The Emperor Jones, again receiving critical acclaim. Now, Robeson was also becoming known as a singer. Although he had little training, his voice was rich and powerful. After hearing him sing, Jerome Kern gave him the part of Joe in the musical Showboat. Robeson's rendition of the song Old Man River became the hit of the show. In later years, he was often asked to perform it at concerts and other occasions. Now, Robeson was equally popular in Europe, where audiences jammed concert halls to hear him perform. In 1930, he went to England to star in Shakespeare's Othello. It became his most spectacular triumph. Now, dignified, magnificent, and black, Paul Robeson made stage history, said one critic. When he toured the United States in the role, another said, there has never been and never will be a finer rendition of this particular tragedy. It is unbelievably magnificent. Now, in the late 1930s, Robeson became concerned with politics. He was active in the peace movement, bettering labor conditions, and obtaining racial justice. His strong beliefs led him to picket the White House, protest lynching, refuse to sing before segregated audiences, and support communism. Now, as a result of his association with communism, Robeson was called before Congressional Investigative Committee and blacklisted. Theater managers and stage and movie producers refused to hire him. Now, in 1950, the State Department revoked his passport, making it impossible for him to work overseas. His income, which in 1947 had been $104,000, dropped to $2,000 annually. Yeah, you heard me right. So $102,000 cut. Wow. Now, in 1958, however, a Supreme Court ruling in a related case forced the State Department to return Robeson's passport. He tried to resume his acting and singing career, but illness forced him to quit. He lived quietly in Harlem and later in Philadelphia until his death in 1976. Robeson once said, "As I went out into life, one thing loomed over all else. I was my father's son, a Negro in America. That was a challenge. This was a challenge Robeson was quick to meet." Now, regarding Mr. Robeson, Paul Robeson, I do thank you for tuning in and certainly listening to the information I had available for this actor, singer, and political activist during the time period of 1898 to 1976. I will give you a preview of our next extraordinary African American, which is Joe Louis. Yes, a heavyweight boxing champion during the time period of 1914 to 1981. So, please stay tuned and don't miss out on the information I have for Joe Louis, because guess what? He's coming up next, y'all. So until then, certainly be blessed, and I'll holler at you in just a moment. All right, here on Poem Praise 2. Thank you.